This is extremely heartbreaking. Now, CNN's forensic investigative report done by Larry Madowo reveals that at least 2,000 people were killed during the electioneering period in Tanzania. And this is according to information from CNN by opposition party that says 2,000 people were killed in the week-long protest. And there's also signs of police dumping bodies in mass graves, as well as possible signs of physical mass graves on ground, where CNN has also said that it cannot establish. But according to the forensic analysis that they did, they said there's a cemetery around Mwanza as well as Arusha and Dar es Salaam that possibly shows signs of bodies that were forcefully being dumped into mass graves. Forensic analysis as well reveals 2 people were killed in the same area, with audio forensic analysis as well saying the 3 months pregnant lady who is being shown right over there. You can see she fell down, and people are trying to help her get back up. They're saying she was 3 months pregnant, and she was also the breadwinner of her family. She left behind 2 children with her husband, who is now a widower. But according to a doctor who anonymously spoke to CNN, he said, quote unquote, according to CNN, it says, in 1 day alone, 4 trips with piles of dead bodies were taken to the mortuary until it was full, just for others to be piled outside. And then it goes ahead and says, when doctors try to save the wounded, police would refuse and take them to the mortuary to forcefully die there. And this was just in bid to silence dissent. And what we actually witnessed thereafter is allegedly what when the cab has it, according to what President Samia Suluhu said, is that the protesters who were seen picketing and demonstrating violently in Tanzania were hired and paid. Even though Samia Suluhu has launched an inquiry, an investigation into the unrest, it has not yet been established or who were the perpetrators, and also mainly some of the bodies that still are unidentified as loved ones continue to look for their missing persons. Well, right here in Kenya, there's a teacher by name Okoth, who the body, I believe they're still trying to repatriate. Or did the burial take place, or the body is still to be repatriated right here in Kenya? And I remember as well, Foreign Affairs Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi, including Interior Principal Secretary as well, Raymond Omolo, as well as being in communication with the embassy, Kenyan embassy in Tanzania. They're saying they're still trying to find other missing Kenyans, especially there's a recent one who they've not yet identified his, they can't trace where he was last seen. They can't find out where, in fact, they're saying if they try to piece up all the pieces of how he disappeared, they can't just find it exactly what happened. And this raises alarm and concern, like what exactly was Samia Suluhu trying to hide? Kenyans right here, we are massively affected. And one thing about us Kenyans is that we always stand up for others. When Uganda had an unrest the other day, it was us who stood up for them, despite the fact that the president now says he wants to own the Indian Ocean. In Tanzania, there's been a lot of bizarre and ridiculous things happening. When they gagged their internet, during the electioneering period, there was an internet shutdown, there was an enforced curfew, media, both local and international, was blocked from broadcasting and even being part of the election process. Some of the opposition contestants were blocked out of the election. And as we speak right now, most of those who are picketing and demonstrating, who are young or people of youthful age, are being charged of treason, including a TikTok influencer who just sold masks and told people to be wary whenever you go out to protest. You might be met with fire and fury, especially from the pungent, choking effect of the tear gas. She was arrested and being charged of treason. So some of this, let's say, heartbreaking scenes, as you can see right over there, done by CNN, aired on CNN, courtesy shout out to Larry Madowo. It just shows you the amount of fear that Samia Suluhu has when it comes to her rather. At this point, it's even, when it comes to her just allowing people to exercise their constitutional right that allows them to picket and demonstrate. What shocked me is that whenever a president is sworn in, it cannot be challenged into like the Supreme Court or the High Court. The way right here in elections, whenever a party or contender feels like they've not been satisfied with the election results and the polls, they take it to the High Court. And shout out to and rest in peace to former Prime Minister Raila Odinga, who always followed, the constitutional process to do that. And it's really sad. So some of those scenes are really bloody, and just you can see morgues who are overwhelmed with dead bodies. You can see as well people being shot. Some of the videos that went viral on social, you can hear it for yourself. They are speaking Swahili. If they were paid actors, then I think they should win the biggest award of the year for I just don't know like what to describe that. Like who would be hired to go and picket in another country and put their lives on the line? That's just ridiculous and insane. And this report just tells you that there's something with East African presidents when it comes to gagging dissent. They don't want young people to exercise the constitutional right. And in fact, there's an uprising, an upsurge of youthful voices standing up against systematic oppression, speaking up against evil, speaking up against injustices, and they want to follow the rule of the law. They also want to be included in policy making. They want to be a part of the conversations, not just you making decision up there and then you come to implement. Include us. So inclusive policy making and inclusive collaborative leadership. That's what the youth globally, geopolitically, locally right here are advocating for. I don't know what caught your attention in the CNN exclusive forensic investigative report done by Larry Madowo.